Hello, my name is Sean, and I want to tell you what happened to me. This happened about 3 months ago, and I am very traumatized. I'm gay, and I'm currently 24 years old. I live alone, and I'm from California. I recently moved here for work, and I'm still adapting here. But after the trauma I went through, I'm already thinking about going back to where I lived, that it was calmer than this here. I'm going to tell you how this happened to me, and I swear I almost died. As soon as I got here, I didn't know anyone. I wanted to leave all my old life behind. Friends, hookups, everything. It was then that I didn't realize that it would be so lonely to be alone like that in a place you don't know. But I saw it as a challenge, because you can't progress if you don't leave your comfort zone. Everything was going well. I rented an apartment and I was living my life until lack started to bother me. I didn't have a boyfriend, but I had hookups, and I used to live in New York, and I wanted to keep them there in my past. So I decided to download the TINDER app. I had used it before and met some people using it. It didn't take long for me to arrange a date using it, but I didn't like the guy at first and ended up going home alone. But I couldn't imagine that the other attempt could have ended with my life. I always put everything in my bio on this app, including my blood type, and that was a near fatal mistake. The second guy I met there was very nice and attentive. Every time we had a conversation on the app, he appeared to me. I liked it, and then there was match, and we were already talking. Soon we made a date. I thought it was strange that he asked me to. I went alone to that place he scheduled. I found it strange because the meeting was for 2 and there was no reason for me to take anyone with me. But in the end we continued our meeting. His name in the application was Geralt. He was white and strong. His hair was black and his eyes brown. He made an appointment with me in a square at 8 o'clock at night. I went and there I found that man. He was handsome, the same as in the photo. When he saw me, he greeted me and we started our conversation. The conversation flowed from the square. We went to a bar, and from there things got hotter and we ended up in a motel. But as soon as we got to the motel, I don't remember anything anymore. I just remember that I was very drunk, and all of a sudden everything went out. When I regained consciousness, I was tied up in some dark place. I couldn't see anything and my mouth was covered with tape. My hands were handcuffed to an iron that was attached to the wall. The floor was humid on my head. The movie saw came on. I started getting desperate. I was naked too. What a horrible scene. What was happening to me? I wondered until I heard Geralt's voice. He came approaching with a flashlight, opened the door of the place and said, "Damn, you already woke up." He said that and came towards me and put a bag over my head. I couldn't see anything else. He said that everything would be fine and for me to remain calm and that it would be over. He then took my handcuff off the wall and he put something sharp on my belly and told me not to disobey his orders, that everything would end quickly. I realized that we entered a bathroom and he then told me to get in the bathtub. When I put my feet in the bathtub, I felt the water extremely cold. I even felt ice there too. At the time I froze my spine that men wanted to steal my organs. This couldn't be real. So I refused to go in, and he put that piercing thing in my belly again and said I better obey him. I took a deep breath and got into that freezing bathtub. I started to feel my whole body shivering. The cold was so much that it burned. That feeling was horrible until he held my arm and applied something to my vein that left me groggy. A few seconds after he applied it, I could no longer think straight or feel my body anymore. Soon I felt it approaching me, telling me to be quiet, that it would pass. That's when I felt pain in the position of my kidneys. I got desperate and started to struggle. That's when he gave me another injection of that, and I lost consciousness. When I woke up, I was in a hospital room, and I received horrible news. I had been the victim of organ theft. They stole one of my kidneys. I felt pain where the scar was. The doctor said they called the firefighters of an Airbnb, and when they got there, they found me like this. I went to the police to make the police report, and they instructed me never to pass my blood type online, even more so on a dating site, due to the risk of organ theft. He said that I was also lucky that they didn't kill me and didn't leave me with serious consequences for the rest of life. Today my mother is living with me in the apartment I rented, and I already have plans to give it away and move to New York again. I was left with a trauma and a sequel for the rest of my life because of that app. I never want to hear about TINDER in my life again. And that was today's video. I hope you like it and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.